past isn't far behind me.
The past isn't far behind.
The past isn't far behind me.
The past is not far behind me.
The past is not far behind me.
The past is not far behind.
The past is not far behind.
The past is not far behind me.
It started with the breath of a newborn threat, picked from the tree of life saddled with debt, grown from sterile soil that grows nothing but sin, not a life that was chosen, but forced onto him. First steps were stolen from under his feet, the beginning of a cycle he was born to repeat. Resistance is the filter his smile is put through when the child is judged before he's listened to. Now all that's heard are deafening gunshots, vision clouded by bright red blood spots. The kid next door becomes the kid on the news, caught in the war between the reds and the blues. Another black man is thrown in the cages. The justice in his story is lost in the pages. Released to the streets and stripped of his devices, restricted from the vote though his country's in crisis. He looks around for the green garden he grew up in. All he can see is famine and destruction. Now sprouts his child from the tree of life, grown from the soil of inherited strife.
I just received a letter written to me from the great beyond. It was my ancestors' will. They asked for me to live without the consequence of hanging from the poplar tree, because they refused to let their hopes and dreams lay to rest next to them. Their dreams were instilled in me. They are proud of me and who I will choose to be. I am their dream. They wrote about the music. The songs they wrote just tasted better. Songs had just a little more curve and a little more soul, a little less anger and a little more gold. With a little less envy and a little more swing, we often wondered how they could make such a thing. Their sweet tears nourished the everlasting tree of life, planting diamonds into infertile lands. Society built small windows for us to cast the little light. They knew the light inside us would shine much brighter. We thought to be the rose that grew from the concrete, but we grew in spite of the concrete. We became a field of flowers. Us flowers won't wilt nor fade under the lingering cloud, blocking us from blossoming into our fate. Their dying wish was for us to celebrate, no matter how bitter the poison they were forced to drink. To help create a world of liberation, our ancestors wrote for us to love on each other, to not be responsible for making each other happy, but to be happy with the life we've created on our own terms.
If we could take back every word ill-spoken, every decision made that changed the course of our nation's history, if we could take back the pain we caused one to another, if we could take back dehumanization, mass incarceration, for whites-only restrooms, the New Deal, and red lines meant for the entire demise of a community of people, if we could take back school-to-prison pipelines, standardized testing, jokes about race under our breath, if we could take back wars started for no reason at all, the crack epidemic, and all the untold stories in between, the spaces in which the marginalized are never seen, power politics that make the difference between the elite and everyone else. If we could take back clocks, wind back systems that by design generated confusion, if we could take back time, the world might look something like this.
I lived and I suffered. I'm not a victim 'cause I conquered. History affects me, though I wasn't there physically. The past is not far behind me.
The past is not far behind us.
But we are present.
And we will liberate the future.
Privilege isn't like calcium. It doesn't strengthen the bones of our country.
Florida's last day to register is October 5th.
Help dismantle the systems that are oppressing the lives of other people, and most importantly, killing other people.
The needs and desires of the victim should always come first.
Educate public school students on accurate history.
Use privilege to lift the voices of those that are minorities.
Start listening. Seriously.
It's part of American history.
We have the right to protect ourselves.
It's not normal if it comes at the expense of the most marginalized among us.
Gotta stop.
Consume and share work made by marginalized individuals.
Indigenous history is American history.
Bulldoze the walls enforcing segregation.
This is the investment we need for our future.
Do better.
This is not a joke. We need help too.
Honor the generations that came before you.
Education on inequity must be daily.